Hey, Jason Potash here with you. Hope you're having a good day so far. Listen, I want to put this video together for one simple reason. To get you free traffic. I mean, I know you want free traffic. I know you need leads. I know you need sales to fuel your business, right? Well, here's the reality. SEO kind of sucks right now because there's so much competition in the English language, right? You already know this. Look at online on Google. Everyone's promoting the same products, using the same keywords, all just diving into these hyper-competitive niches, and it's really difficult to get yourself ranked on Google with millions of other competitors. Wouldn't you agree? So what I'm going to show you here is a bit of a foreign loophole utilizing international SEO. What the heck does international SEO even mean? Well, I'm talking about using languages other than English. I'm talking about French, I'm talking about German, Italian, and using the Spanish language. So you can really compete in some of these hyper-competitive niches with very popular products. But guess what? You're totally under the radar because there's not a lot of competition for those same products in those same niches. When you're talking about Italian, you're talking about Spanish, you're talking about German, okay? So I hope you're excited about this stuff because if you've struggled to get traffic as an affiliate or an info product marketer and you want to tap into a pool of massive traffic, here's the reality. The bulk of traffic that hits Google and hits YouTube is not inside North America. It's overseas. It's the rest of the billions and billions of people all across the world. Wouldn't you agree? So we're going to get you a piece of that traffic today, starting today. And I encourage you to watch this video, take some notes, and please pay attention and look at some of the case studies I put together. I ranked 3 different keywords in hyper-competitive niches just to show you exactly what's possible when you target international SEO. So I'm going to press pause here. We're going to jump onto the computer, and I hope you like what I have in store for you today. All right, so let's dive into it here, okay? We're going to talk about how to use this international SEO loophole so you can make $100 plus per day in high traffic non-English niches with super low competition, okay? I think you'll be shocked to see how super low this competition is for a lot of crazy competitive niches if you're actually dealing in the English SEO world, okay? So let's dive into it here. I've got a lot to cover here and I don't want to make this a long video. So here's the game plan, guys. Step 1 is to pick a language other than English, all right? There's lots of languages out there, as you probably know. Step 2, pick a market and a product. And if the market, the product, or the category is newer or newish, it's even easier for you to get free traffic. I'll explain exactly what this means in a couple minutes, okay? Step 3, get and scrub a big keyword list. I'm gonna explain to you exactly what this scrubbing entails. Real easy, real simple. I'll go through the process in just a second here. Step 4, analyze international competition. You wanna get a sense on how easy or difficult the competition is before you jump in and start creating sites and that kind of stuff, right? Makes sense? Step 5, test rank. We want to find a go or no-go point with these keywords we're targeting and determine real quick if we should move ahead and do some more work and have our rankings increase, or we should just bail out, cut the ripcord and just stop at that point. And step number 6 is you winning. Ultimately, the process I'm showing you here is all about you going through the kind of the motions here and really finding where the heat is, finding where you can get traffic from these international kind of keywords, if you will. And I'm going to show you exactly how to steal some of the top and the best keywords in your niches that really very few people are competing with, okay? Sound cool? So again, lots to cover. Let's dive in here and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do here. So step 1, you need to pick a language other than English, as I mentioned before, right? So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to choose Spanish because, as you can see here with this little map here, Spanish is the predominant language in Latin America. And I mean, Latin America is huge. The population is massive. There's a lot of traffic available on Google for Latin America, especially people that are speaking Spanish. That's their native language. But you could obviously choose Italian, you could choose German, you could choose French, as you see here. There's a lot of different international languages besides English where you can definitely get some traction on Google, okay? So that's the first step. Easy enough, right? Second step is to pick a market and a product. Now, here's the thing. If the market or the product is somewhat new. For example, let's say that there's a new iPhone coming out. Let's say it's the iPhone 8 that's coming out in a year or so. It's much easier for you to get ranked for a key phrase like iPhone 8 because it's a brand new product, not a lot of competition, right? So it's very easy to get to higher rankings versus something that's been around for 25 years and there's a ton of sites and competition on Google. And same with markets. I mean, there's certain markets that appear that weren't really around years ago. I recall years ago I got involved in the scrapbook market back in like 2003. It was very new. There wasn't a lot of people really developing scrapbook products online. I made a ton of money in that market, but today it's kind of a flooded market. Scrapbooking is like 16 years old, and it's kind of been there, done that. So if you can find a market or a niche or a product that's new, it's easier for you to rank and get traffic. Okay, so let me show you how we do this. Going to our friends at ClickBank. So what you want to do here is a couple things, guys. Is you want to find ClickBank products that are catered to the Spanish market. And if you scroll way down here, you'll notice that you can actually select the language that the product is in. And you can obviously select German, French, Italian, Portuguese. We're going to stick with Spanish today. Of course, we don't want to select English. That's the whole point of this video. We're trying to really get the low-hanging fruit, right? We want the easy wins. So what I did is I selected Spanish, and also something else I did is you see here, in terms of date added to the marketplace, I'm trying to find products that are somewhat new. So for example, if a product was added to the ClickBank marketplace back in 2013, do you think there's a lot of competition? Hell yes. There's a lot of affiliates promoting that product. It's so old, right? Well, I'm looking at products here that are literally 5 months old. Very new, very fresh products. Wouldn't you agree? And as you can see here, there are a lot of products that are in Spanish, okay? I've got like VTargeter in Spanish. I've got something here. Well, I'm not going to say what that is. You can figure it out. There's also, I'm not sure what this is even about. I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately, but Revertir la diabetes. I'm assuming this is something to do with reversing diabetes. We've got something here, sin ansiedad. I know this is actually to do with anxiety because I did some research before this video. And you can see there's things here about truth about six-pack abs. So these are some pretty well-known products. Truth about six-pack abs, right? We all know that product. VTargeter, all know that product. And pay attention to the gravity as well, because you want to make sure that at least there is some gravity happening here. 24, 31.01, right? If there's a gravity of like 1 or like 2, I would probably stay away from it, okay? And the higher the gravity is, the better. This is not the only place you can find affiliate programs that cater to the Spanish market. You can also go to markethealth.com. That's markethealth.com. There's a whole bunch of affiliate programs there based upon health products that you can find that cater to the Spanish market, okay? So not hard to find. Just do some digging. So I found some great products here. VTargeter, definitely a great one. Reversing diabetes, again, that's not exactly a new market, but definitely a healthy market. And also anything to do with, helping to reduce pain. If it's anxiety, if it's depression, all these self-help type products do extremely well online, right? So anything that has to deal with stopping anxiety, I'm quite sure would be a home run to promote on Google. All right, so it's pretty simple so far. We've picked the language. We've found a few products here that we can actually promote. Let's go on to the next step here, which is getting a big keyword list, okay? And then translating it and scrubbing it. So what I did is I took the liberty of doing some of this research ahead of time, okay? So I showed you the products that we're going to promote. What I did is I went into the Google keyword tool here, and I put in diabetes inversa. And that's actually reversing or treating diabetes, right? So as you can see here, when I go and click on the language as Spanish, you do that by simply clicking on the little pencil here, select the language, right? So you want to make sure you're targeting the Spanish language and not English, big difference. And simply go through here, and I would really not focus on some of these keywords that have 74,000 searches a month. Probably going to be some competition, even though it says low here. You're going to be dealing with some competition. So going a bit further down the list a little bit, once we're getting into 18,000, 12,000, so forth, I would start going and clicking on some of these keywords and adding them to your keyword list or your keyword bucket, okay? really easy to do that. And that's going to give us a starting point on just to get some keyword intel that we can start to analyze and figure out if we can actually get some traffic for these keyword terms, okay? So here's another key phrase I put into the Google Keyword Planner is la ansiedad. So anything to do with stop anxiety, relieve anxiety, anxiety treatment. These are all nice, juicy key phrases we want to find. Once again, we're dealing with Spanish here as the language. As you can see, even the term just anxiety has very low competition, okay, which is exciting stuff. So I'm going to click on the average monthly searches column here just to sort this a little bit more to avoid all these single keyword phrases, which is not a good idea to target those too generic. And we can basically start adding some of these here that are 22,000, 18,000. We're getting into some territory here that's not as crazy competitive as some of the ones on the upper end of the list here, right? Okay, so just start adding those to your keyword bucket little by little, okay? And you'll come up with at least a few dozen possible keywords that make sense. Now, here's the thing: is if you're wondering, what does this mean here? Como combatir la ansiedad? And I apologize to all the Latin Americans who might be listening here. I'm butchering the pronunciation horribly. I apologize for that. What you want to do is you want to go to the Google Translate tool. I just type in Google Translate into Google and you can click through and get this here. So go ahead and just paste in the term here, and lo and behold, Google will tell you exactly what it means. So this is kind of like combating or reducing anxiety, right? The translation sometimes gets lost, but you get the idea. So anytime you have a question about what does this mean, you can then go and just highlight it as I've done here and type it into the Google Translate tool. I cut off a D there, so there we go, D. Anxiety disorders, okay? Yeah, hey, now we're getting some, some decent keywords here. So what I want you to do is basically copy all your keywords into a big old spreadsheet, as I've done here. Let me just drag this over here 1 second. Okay, here we go. So as you can see here, I went through and generated a big keyword list from utilizing the Google keyword tool. All right, so I'm going to go and copy all these here right into the old Google Translate, and this is where we start scrubbing the keyword list. All right, you can see here that documentary anxiety, no. Anxiety found has accommodation, no. Bonzo, the anxiety factor, no. And again, the translation gets lost, but you get the idea, right? So anxiety in children, that's a good one. That's a nice one, right? So we're going to go and erase everything from here on up. And this is where we start to scrub the keyword list, okay? So even though I don't speak Spanish, I know a few words, we can start to erase some of these, like anxiety, Dr. Anxiety, whatever it is, okay? So we're going to do that for all these keywords here. I'm not going to go through the process here. I want to do it while I stop this video. So I'm going to show you one more way to grab keywords, and then after we do this, we're going to start to really put the wheels in motion. So let me just show you another way to grab keywords here real quick. I want to show you how to get real good keywords is to use the good old YouTube auto-suggest or autocomplete keywords. So dealing with the anxiety topic again, la ansiedad, what you can do is simply just look at these top keywords here, and the top keywords you see that are displayed are the most highly searched, high traffic keywords on YouTube for the seed keyword la ansiedad. That's pretty cool, right? So YouTube's telling you, hey, these are the most popular keywords that relate to this that have the highest amount of type-in traffic. That's exactly the kind of information we want, right? Even though we don't speak Spanish, right? So I want you to kind of copy these down, all right? Especially la ansiedad y depresión, probably something to do with anxiety and depression. The two go hand in hand in many cases. What I want you to do is to type space A, copy these down, then go space B, same thing, copy down these top key phrases, space C, space D, space E, all the way to the letter Z, okay? And you're gonna get, again, probably a couple of dozen key phrases that you can use to, again, further analyze. And once again, what I've done is I went through the process and I had a big list here that I got from YouTube. So I'm gonna go and just copy all these here, and we're going to add those back into our little Google Translate here. So let me just add these in, okay? So bingo, we got a lot of keywords here, right? You can see a lot of keywords. And again, some of these don't make sense, like anxiety, El Torito, whatever that means. So I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna go through and spend a few minutes, clean all this up, scrub this keyword list to get a nice, short, consistent list of keywords that make sense, okay? So give me a sec here and we'll come back and do this. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see here, I've cleaned up these keywords where we've got some nice keywords here: anxiety in children, anxiety symptoms, no cure anxiety, anxiety in sport. You can see here anxiety and stress, remove anxiety, again, powerful word, how to control anxiety, anxiety symptoms, anxiety cure. Okay, so really good keywords here that we've focused on. And again, we're looking at the Spanish equivalent here, right? So we've got about 30 keywords here. So after we've done that, we've scrubbed the list down, as you can see. The next step is to go and, as you can see here, analizar la competencia. Again, probably butchered the heck out of that. I do apologize. We want to find easier ranked keywords and opportunities, okay? So here's where we go into YouTube and find out what kind of competition we're looking at here. Is basically just copy one of these using some keyboard shortcuts, head over to YouTube and just see exactly what the competition is like here, okay? So we've got 45,200 results. What I'll do often is put this in quotation marks to give a better idea on how many videos there are. So 432 videos come up. Not that bad. I mean, not easy pickings, but not that bad in terms of competition. Let's look at one more here. Let's look at, let's see here. Remove anxiety, because that's sort of a nice keyword to focus on. If someone's typing in remove anxiety into YouTube or into Google, it gives us a good idea that there's a problem they want to solve, right? So 752. Again, the lower this number, the better. If you want to do one more check, you can do all in title, colon. Oops, let me remove one quotation mark here, like that. And you can see here we have 11 results. So this is looking pretty good. I mean, if you type in all in title, colon, and then in quotation marks, your primary keyword or your target keyword, anything below 30 here is good, in my opinion. I mean, 25 is even better. 11 is good. And what it tells you is that there are only 11 videos on all of YouTube that actually include the keyword Quintar ansiedad in the actual title of the video, okay? So that's good news for us, because that's really what our true competition is on YouTube, right? And we can do the same thing and head on over to Google and see what the competition is over there. So let's go google.com. We're going to type in, let me go to google.es. That's the Spanish version of Google, right? So type this in here. So we got, what do we got here? 2,730 results. So that's nice. I mean, there's not a lot of competition. And the cool thing is, you see here, there's a video on page 1. So I'm all about using YouTube to get quick and easy rankings on Google. Why is that? Well, a few reasons. Number one, as you know, Google owns YouTube, and everyone knows that Google gives top shelf treatment to YouTube videos. Why is that? Because obviously Google takes care of its own children, YouTube being one of its big children, right? So anytime I see a video ranked on page 1 of Google, I get excited because it means that, hey, we know that Google's already ranking YouTube videos. And when you see one video here, quite often you'll see 2 or 3 or 4 videos ranked on Google afterwards, because this is kind of paving the way for more videos to be ranked. And believe me, I've done this time and time again, where when I see one video ranked on Google, I can get my video ranked above it or below it and be on page 1, which is where all the traffic happens, right? This is the holy grail of getting traffic, is to be a video listing on page 1 of Google. Because as you know, your eyes immediately are drawn to this image here, right? Amongst all this boring text, bingo. Everyone knows that these videos get way higher click-through rates than anything else because the fact that they're colorful and there's an image there, right? That's naturally, we're drawn to that as human beings. So this is a great keyword to target. I mean, I would say that quintar ansiedad, competition isn't that crazy. There's a video keyword here. If you look at the videos tab here, you can get an idea how many videos there are. 363, not crazy competition, but again, there's definitely some room here to get ranked on Google. One more thing to let you know about that Google will include video results about half the time. It's about 55% right now. So out of 100 searches you do on Google, 55 of those will actually display a video, most likely a YouTube video on page 1. So pretty cool, right? And that number is only increasing over time. It's actually slowly moving its way up, right? So now that we've gone through and we've chosen a language, obviously, we chose a market and a product. We did some keywords. We scrubbed those keywords, got an idea. We've done some analysis here. We've looked at, is it a video keyword? Yes, it is. There's a video right here. What's the competition like on YouTube and on Google? Are we looking at something that has a ton of competition or a little bit of competition? Just to start to really narrow down some of those keywords we can target, right? Those easy win keywords that are in a non-English language, okay? Step number 5 is to test rank, okay? And if you rank, you move forward. If you don't rank, you move on. And that's the beauty of using YouTube, okay? Is you can easily test rank your videos, put a quick video together or schedule a YouTube live event, which is what I tend to do. I can cover that in another video, but it's real simple. You just go to YouTube and let me show you here. Give me 1 second. If you're logged into YouTube, you basically go into the Creator Studio, as you see here, and then if you click on the live stream drop-down menu here, you can actually schedule a live event, all right? And when you do that by clicking on the new live event button, you just simply, depending on your target keyword, right? You put the target keyword in the title, in the description, in the tag. You click on go live now, and boom, you'll schedule your live event. Actually, you might want to schedule it for a few days from now. All right, and that's it. And then once you do that, these live events will rank, believe it or not. You can test rank very, very easily, okay? So if you do this for a bunch of keywords, you're gonna know within 2 minutes to about 30 minutes how your stuff ranks on Google and YouTube. Pretty exciting, right? This is what I call my video spaghetti stick test. It's basically taking, videos, just like spaghetti, throwing them against the wall, seeing what sticks. And if something sticks, you can then turn that live event into a video or just upload another video because you know that it's pretty easy to get ranked because you've done some testing. If your live event is not ranking, then you simply move on. You pick another keyword, rinse and repeat the process. So what we're doing is ahead of time, we're finding out if these keywords rank and how well they rank before we invest the time and the effort to outsource or to create a video or that kind of stuff. Does that make sense? So we're really looking for the sure fire win, the sure thing. Guaranteed rankings before we actually do any of the work. So I hope that makes sense to you. And the last step of the process, step number 6, is you win. So let me show you a few examples of how you can steal the top keywords I mentioned earlier, and a couple of tests that I ran over the past few days with some of these crazy competitive keywords utilizing Spanish as my primary target language. I'll show exactly what's happened here. I think you'll be pretty shocked at some of the results you see here that I came up with. So let's dive into that right now. Now, before I dive in and show you some of the examples of the test ranks that I accomplished, I want to just kind of mention something real quick. What I'm showing you here is a really powerful piece of software that I created a couple years ago called VTargeter. And the keywords that I chose that I'm showing you here and the rankings I'm showing you were a result of actually utilizing this software to just give me some guidance. It's like a heat-seeking missile that finds you the low-hanging fruit keywords without you having to go through manually like I showed you, going through YouTube and gathering the keywords manually and then analyzing those keywords one by one. So basically what I did is I cut and pasted that big list of keywords right here, plus VTargeter actually grabbed all the best high traffic keywords right from YouTube and allowed me to analyze those right here. So what I'm showing you here is a big list of those keywords, but on the upper left-hand corner here, if I click on that target, it actually sorts the keyword list and shows me some of the kind of low-hanging fruit keywords. So any keywords I see in green here are keywords that are easier to rank for than the keywords on the bottom of the list. Now, we've only gone and analyzed about 30 keywords here, but as you can appreciate, if you're analyzing, different markets, different products, I mean, you could literally go through a couple hundred keywords, and to analyze those one by one will probably take you 10 hours. You do realize that, right? It's a very labor-intensive process. So this software just saves you a lot of time, does the heavy lifting for you. So this VT score you see here of 2, 2, 4, 4, this is telling me that, these keywords don't have a lot of competition. We're analyzing about 13 points of data here and really finding the easy rank opportunities. Now, I want to kind of alert you to something here on the right column. This V keyword column here shows me how many videos are ranked on page 1 of Google. So very, very powerful. If you can actually target keywords where there's already YouTube videos being ranked on page 1 of Google, you've got a way better shot of getting your videos ranked on Google as well, okay? So you can see here, there's a bunch of keywords with 1, 1, 3, 2 videos ranked on page 1 of YouTube. Going down here, 4 videos ranked on page 1 of YouTube. Very, very powerful. And then what you can also do is you can just basically double click on one of these listings here, and it's going to actually show you all the related data for the actual key phrase. Now, it might be kind of cut off on your screen here, but at the bottom here, you see if I highlight over the video thumbnail, it shows me the picture, and it just gives me lots of stats on the Google Plus account, Facebook account, number of views, total views, how many comments they have, how many likes, how old the video is, and also how well optimized the video is. I can see if they include the keyword in the title of the video, if they include the keyword in the description, and also is there an actual URL or a web link in the description? Because as you probably know, if someone has a web link in their description, they're probably a marketer just like you and me, or they're trying to use that video to get a person to click on that link and visit a landing page, squeeze page, sales letter, e-commerce page, whatever. So if there's no hyperlink in the description, it just tells you that, chances are these are not marketers you're dealing with. They're just people that created some random video about, dealing with anxiety or whatever, okay? So I hope you're starting to see the power of this software. I'm going to have a link later on in this video if you want to, check this out. I'm going to give you a super deal on this, which is something I haven't done before. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, though, let's dive into some of the results here and show exactly what I did utilizing the same strategies I've shown you and utilizing the VTargeter software I just showed you. So diabetes and versa. So reverse diabetes, okay? You see here there's a bunch of ads on top, but if you scroll down, bingo, there's my YouTube live event that was just scheduled, okay? So I'm number what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7 on YouTube for reverse diabetes. That's pretty crazy, right? Now, you see here, there's only 626 videos competing for this super competitive key phrase, which is nothing, right? Now, let's compare that to reverse diabetes. We have 282,000 videos on YouTube for the English equivalent. So are you getting this stuff? Are you seeing how friggin' powerful this is by targeting Spanish versus targeting English, right? Looking for diabetes and versa. On Google.com, there are 405,000 pages that come up when you type in diabetes and versa. And I'm ranked number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, remember I told you before, if you see a video ranked on page 1 of Google already, it gives you a great chance of getting your video ranked on Google as well. I just proved that to you, right? There was one video there, boom, I slid in at number 2. A little bit of work, I could get my video to pop up and beat this video without any problem at all. So pretty wild, right? Ranked, above the fold on Google for a very competitive key phrase in the English language. Now, we've only got 405,000 results here for diabetes and versa, but if we go to reverse diabetes, we've got over 67 million results. Now, I don't know about you, would you rather compete against 405,000 results or pages on Google or 67 million? The answer is obvious, right? So again, powerful stuff here. You see how powerful this is, getting your video to rank for a super competitive key phrase of course, in the Spanish language, not super competitive. And I'm kind of breaking one of my own rules here, if you caught this, because earlier in the presentation, I said that you should focus on, new products or new categories or relatively new niches. Well, diabetes has been around for probably hundreds of years. So this is one of the oldest type of niches or keywords you can get involved with, right? So imagine how it will work if you're focusing on more recent or more fresh niches or keywords, right? So moving on down the list here. Detener la ansiedad, right? So basically stopping your anxiety. Look at this. 3,300 results. Boom. We are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are ranked 6 on page 1 of YouTube. Knowing what I know, a little bit of work to this video, and we could pop up here in the top 3 easily, without question. Not hard at all, okay? So 3,300 results here. If we typed in stop anxiety, boom, 478,000 competing videos on YouTube. It's insane, right? I mean, you can see clearly how much easier it is to rank for some of these international SEO terms, other languages besides English. I hope you're getting excited about this stuff, because once I started to tap into this a couple years ago, it really opened my eyes in terms of the possibilities on how to really get some serious traffic by focusing on languages outside of English, okay? So once again, boom. We're checking here on google.es. And you can see here on the videos tab, I'm ranked number 3. If I go onto the actual front page, I'm not ranked on the front page, but again, very competitive key phrase, but I am number 3 here. So I know that, again, just a little bit of backlink building and so forth, I could slowly bubble up, and I'm just moving up 2 spots to actually take out this guy up here. So once again, in the English language, super competitive key phrase. If I go and check the amount of pages, there's 478,000 results here. For the English equivalent, 132 million results. And this is insane, right? There's no way you can compete and get ranked on page 1, or even for the videos tab, when there's like 821,000 results here. Much less when we're dealing with the Spanish equivalent, right? So 11,000 and change versus 821,000, okay? We're not done yet. So one more I want to show you here before we wrap this up here. So Venus Factor. Have you heard of that product before? Venus Factor obviously is a very, very popular product. The English product has been around for a few years on ClickBank. It's done really well. Well, I put in Venus Factor review, which is the Spanish language you see here. We got 81,900 results. Where are we here? We are boom. So we're about middle of the pack here. But again, page 1, that's awesome. A little bit of work here. We can get this to bubble up without any problems at all. So as I said, 81,000 and change results here. For the English equivalent, the weird thing is when I typed this into YouTube, it was 31,200. So this is weird. There's actually more results appearing for the Spanish version. However, I'll tell you right now, the competition for Venus Factor, the English Venus Factor is insane, all right? So looking at Venus Factor here, in Spanish again, we are ranked number 3, first page of Google. A lot of competing pages here, like 17,700,000 competing pages on google.es. And if I go to google.com, we've got 704,000. So again, this is a bit of a wild card here, folks. I'm not sure why this happened, but once again, though, we are ranking for some insane competition right there. Boom, number 3, and we're the only video ranked on the google.es for Venus Factor review. This exciting stuff, right? I hope you're getting excited, and I hope you're seeing the power of this. I mean, can you do this stuff? Can you today take this information and start ranking for, these hyper competitive key phrases, but, in the Italian language, in the German language, Spanish? I mean, use this blueprint and get ranked for a completely, different language from English, but popular products. And getting a video created is pretty simple. If you go to Fiverr.com, there's a whole host of gigs where they'll translate your documents into Spanish, and then you can hire someone to create a video and to narrate that video in Spanish. It'll cost you about, all said and done, about $15 to $20 to get that done. So you don't have to speak Spanish. You don't have to speak Italian. I do this all the time, and I get videos translated. I'll create the script, have it translated, and then have somebody read that script and record a video in Spanish so that it sounds like, exactly like someone's actually living right there in in Spain and creating this video. So once again, I want to kind of give you a discount link on the VTargeter software. This software is incredibly powerful. There's also a bunch of videos I've included, tutorials, just better ways to find keywords, more shortcuts, more kind of secrets on how to get these juicy keywords. Because here's the thing, folks. If you choose the wrong keywords, I don't care what you do on YouTube or how great your video is, you're not going to rank on Google, you're not going to rank on YouTube, you're not going to get the results you want if you pick the wrong keywords, okay? It's really about being very precise on what keywords you select. And as I've shown you here, there's a lot of great keywords you can choose right here, just letting this software do the heavy lifting for you, okay? It really is that powerful. So I'm going to include a coupon link below here and a link. Go ahead and check it out. I'll give you a steep discount on this product. My members now are paying $997 as a part of VTraffic Machines to get this exact same software, but you're not going to pay anywhere near that. So click on the link below this video, check out the software, pick it up. You got a 30-day guarantee. I hope it helps you, and use VTargeter, the software, use the training tutorials, and use the information I've shown you right now, and go and kick some butt utilizing international SEO to get your stuff ranked for these otherwise insanely competitive niches. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please put the wheels in motion and use this information, and I'll talk to you again real soon. This is Jason Potash. Have yourself a great day.